Hello, welcome to the first episode of Road to Nerd. In this channel, I'm gonna be primarily talking about anime, doing anime recommendations, but I'm also gonna get into other nerd stuff too, like books I've read, other shows and stuff that's not anime that I would recommend for people. Not that much of a gamer, so to speak, though I have gotten into VR gaming recently. But I'm into some mangas and manhwas. I'm into fantasy novels, and fantasy shows and movies. So I'm have a wide spectrum of things I'm interested in when it comes to nerd topics. Um, Forgive me if I seem kind of awkward. I haven't made any TikToks in a while, and so I'm kind of awkward in front of the camera. I'm the kind of person who's shy when they first meet somebody, but once I feel comfortable with you, you can't get me to shut up. The first anime I want to talk about is called Basilisk. I watched this anime when I was about 16 years old, so that was back in like 2007, and it's one of those darker animes. It's what amounts to a Romeo and Juliet between um, two people that are going to be the heads of their ninja clans. So these two ninja clans, the Koga and the Iga, have been at war for generations, and their heirs, Genosuke of the Koga and Oboro of the Iga, have fallen in love, and the clans have had a ceasefire for the past couple of decades, so they've been allowed to like date and stuff. But because of political stuff going on, the clans are thrown back into a war, just as they thought they were going to be able to be together. Further ado, let's get into it with the opening for Basilisk. And that was the opening for Basilisk. Love the art, love the vocals. That was, if I'm not mistaken, probably the first anime theme song that I've heard that was in Japanese. Alright, let's get to the action of it all. Like I said, this is what I believe to be the opening fight scene on the first episode. And it also kind of lays the groundwork for what's going to go down in the series. Senpu Castle. And just for introductions, this guy, Hattori Hanzo, is like the chief over all the ninjas. This guy is sword instructor, is basically the Shogun's right hand, and the older guy with the short beard is the Shogun, so he's the big dog. This guy is the Koga ninja, and the older guy with him is his clan leader. The pretty boy is the Iga ninja, and the older lady is his clan leader. The old man is the grandfather of the Romeo, and the old lady is the grandmother of the Juliet. Strong threats. Red made out of hair. Yo. Oh, this happened. See, the two clans used to be odds, but they were forced into a peace treaty. So the main plot to it is the two clans were mortal enemies for generations, but a while back they were forced into a peace treaty, basically a non-aggression pact, and they've adhered to it for at least the past 2 generations. And the Shogun has 2 grandsons. The older one, not that bright. The younger one, he's smart, capable, natural born leader. But as you know, the older son's supposed to be the one to take over. And so this has started 2 factions in the family. The one side wanting the older to still take over because he's still the oldest, and one that wants the younger to take over because he's more capable. And so what they're gonna do is they're gonna assign the oldest grandson, the Koa clan, and they're gonna assign the younger grandson, the Ika clan. They're gonna take 10 members from each clan and put them against each other to the death. Whichever clan has any members left standing in the end, that clan survives, and that grandson that clan represents gets to become the next shogun. Like I said, it's the first time I've seen politics this deep go into anime. And you had the Romeo and Juliet who were in love with each other, but everybody else in the clan are jumping at the opportunity to kill their enemies. Alright, one last clip I want to show you from the anime. Because you Naruto fans out there are gonna love the visual prowess in this. And the main character, the Romeo, or one of the main characters, has his own visual prowess that's most impressive. Now, in this scene, the war between the two clans has been declared, like the 10-on-10 fight has been declared. And at the time, the Romeo, Genosuke, was visiting the Juliet. So he's in enemy territory without knowing that the truce is no longer in effect. But the Juliet's people know. And so his clan, some of his clan members are coming to get him and let him know, hey, it ain't safe. Basically, everyone in this scene that has a talking role, basically anybody in this scene who's not dressed in all black is either Koga or Iga, and is the main character. Well, you know, one of the 10-on-10 fights. Anybody that's in all black is an Iga foot soldier and doesn't have any special powers. I will say this, the Juliet also has a visual prowess, but she's special in this series because while she cannot fight whatsoever, her eyes can break any ninjutsu. So can't fight at all, but just looking at somebody and meeting their eyes can break their ninjutsu. Be warned, this is very gruesome. That's the Juliet, Oboro. That's the Romeo. I think I'd rather be put in the genjutsu. horrible though. Now, I don't know if his powers have limits, like how many times he can use it per day, or how many people per day. Cause I was always like, why not just take care of everybody but a boy right now? It's literally been half my lifetime since I've seen this show, so some of the details are somewhat fuzzy. But that is my recommendation for the anime Basilisk. It does have a live action, but you know how things can be with live action. But if you want to see the live action, it is called Shinobi Heart Under Blade. Came out in 2005, as did the anime. It was also one of the first mangas I read like by itself that wasn't like the weekly Shonen Jump. And there is fan service and there is essay in the anime. They don't show all the details in the anime, but they show all the details in the manga as far as like above the waist, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to speak without speaking, because you know how YouTube guidelines can be. I'm not trying to get flagged on my first video. But yeah, it's very mature, very dark. I would not recommend for anybody under like 15, 16. So 14 and younger, definitely not. 15, it depends on the maturity level. But very serious anime. I hope I didn't spoil too much. I hope I inspired you to at least check it out. I'm gonna try to do at least one video a week. I'm gonna try to get one done every weekend, because I do have a full-time job. Now, do not get Basilisk confused with Basilisk the Oka Ninja Scrolls, because that's a sequel. Oka, O-U-K-A, Ninja Scrolls. That's supposed to be a sequel to the series. The two main characters look very similar. I personally have not watched that series, so I cannot recommend that series. But when I recommended this series to a friend, and they found that series by accident, they were not fond of that series. Again, I'm not dissing that series because I haven't seen that series. I'm not going to give it any kind of unjust, defamation. But make sure you're looking at the original Basilisk and not the sequel. That's all for this video. My next one will likely be on the anime Seraph of the End, which is one I highly recommend, even though they stopped it short. And I'll get more into that when I make that video. I know I probably am awkward, like I said, on camera. Gonna try to get better at it, but this is one of those things where if I could obsess over trying to get everything perfect, I'm never gonna make the video. I've been wanting to make this channel for years now, and if I always focused on making sure I have the perfect equipment and perfect setup and all this and all that. And it's one of those things where you just gotta just say freak it and jump in. Because if not, I'm never gonna do it, and I'm always gonna tell people I'm gonna do it, and I'm always gonna have regrets for not doing it. So this is me doing what I said I was gonna do.